Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Jimmy Halley here, 1st of January 2020. So let me get a little water. Let me get a little sip of water on this one. First, and if you guys are there, if you can hear me all right, if this thing's all synced up, hit Wi-Fi properly by now, and you can hear me all right, just type in yes in the comments there, or just like, yeah, I can hear you, or whatever, and then we can roll straight into this, because I've got something that's really cool actually that is gonna help you be able to grow your gym in 2020, but it's not actually what you might think. And before I go into that, head on over to iwantgymleads.com. That's iwantgymleads.com. You can go over there. There's a short little video, and then that's if you're a gym owner and you're serious about growing your business this year. Go over there. There's a short little video, and you can see what that's all about. And if you like it, there's a short little form that you can fill in, and we can have a chat. But anyways, this is how you can grow your gym, how the winners in 2020 are going to end up, right? This is what they're going to be doing, and there's 5 parts to this, okay? There's 5 parts to this process. Before we get into this, it's like, I know what it's like having a fitness business and each year staying at the same membership growth, at the same revenue. Now, there might be other factors at play, like retention and other things like that, but assuming that stuff is relatively okay in your gym, because most gym, I'm guessing your gym is, or most gym owners are good at that, is how to actually grow. How do we actually grow past your sort of ceiling and your plateau? So assuming that your experience in the gym that you deliver and that your product and the service that you deliver is 10 out of 10, then this is how people will grow. If your service isn't 10 out of 10, then that's something that needs to be focused on. And only each individual gym owner will be the judge of that. But let's dive right into this, okay? So for those of you guys that don't know me, I'm Jimmy Halley. I help gym owners be able to get more leads, get more clients, and grow their brand all at the same time. And as I said, it's not quite how you might think. We do use social media, and that's obviously the big driver. But this is something that we're going to dive into at the actual nitty-gritty of like the business and the numbers and stuff like that, because it's frustrating being a gym owner year after year where you're sort of fluctuating and hovering in that same revenue. Until I figured out this stuff, it was frustrating, it was damn annoying, and I just felt like sort of throwing in the towel and like thinking like, what the hell is wrong with me? And I'm hoping to deliver this for you today, that you can just look at it and just be like, you know what? This is the thing that you need. This is the thing that's going to, hopefully it helps at least one person out there, right? So let's dive right into this. First point of the 5 points is, sure, people say, I want to grow, I want to get more members, I want to do all that sort of stuff. But how many? You got to have a target. Number 1, have a target. Have a target. That's number 1. Have a target. Because if you don't know what you're aiming at, so if you're currently sitting at, say, 150 members and you want to get to 300, that's a target. You know what you're aiming at. But if you just say you want to get more, right, then it doesn't know. Or if you're sitting at, say, I don't know, 250 grand a year and you want to go up to 500 grand a year, then that's a target. Then you know, like revenue wise, what you're aiming at. So that's number 1, is you gotta have a target. Number 2, right? Number 2, data. You gotta know your data. And when I say data, I'm talking about your data for your advertising and for your sales. They're 2 components. They're 2 of the same sort of thing, right? So sales and marketing are different, but they fit together hand in hand. So you need to know, how much does it cost you to acquire a new client? So like, how much money do you put into advertising to acquire a new client? So that's number 1. So of that part there is like, CPA, cost per acquisition. How much does it cost you? If you haven't done any marketing, you should be naughty, because that's how you grow. That's how you're going to grow, because you can put money in. Say for example, you put in $100 and that gets you 1 gym member that stays for 12 months, and that equals like whatever, that $3,000, let's say, over the course of a year of their membership paying you. Then then you can know, okay, paying $100 to get somebody to pay me $3,000 is a great return on investment. So you need to know what's your cost per acquisition first. And then I've already hinted on what the second part is. What's your lifetime value? So LTV, what's the lifetime value of a client? Like, how much is a client worth to you? Do they stay with you for 6 months, 12 months, like 3 months? If it is 3 months, that's something that needs to be looked at. But if you have a look at that and just say it's $50 a week for, there we go, I'm going to pull the calculator out. Let's just say it's $50 a week for 26 weeks. That's $1,300. Let's just say they stay with you for 6 months. Just use that. I pulled that figuratively out of my behind, right? So let's just say they stay with you for 6 months. That's $1,300. So now you know, okay, they're spending that. That's how you figure out your lifetime value. And if you don't know your lifetime value, have a good guess, because that's how you're going to figure out the marketing component, right? So if you've never done any marketing before, well, then we need to figure that out. So moving on to the next piece, so that's that there. And then you need to have a look at, like, you know, all your marketing stats. I'm just going to write marketing here. I'm not going to dive hard into that one there, but it's like, what's your average cost per lead? How many leads do you get before you get a booking? How many bookings do you need to make a sale, etc.? So once you figure out all those numbers, that's all your data, right? And then you can figure out, okay, I need to hit this much sales for this month. I need to put in X amount of dollars into marketing, because that's going to get me this many, bookings and sales, etc. Which is actually here. Break it down. Number 3. Break it down. To Funky Town. So break it down. What I'm saying is, like, let's break it down to a daily number. So then it doesn't make it so scary. So if you're like, okay, I need to get 150 members this year, let's break this down. 150 divided by 52, that's 2.8 members. Let's round it up. 3 new sales you need to make per week. 3 new sales per week. That's pretty manageable. And then you can times that out. You can do that by daily, and then you can do that by monthly, and you can figure out, so then that way you can communicate this with your team about exactly what's expected and where they're aiming. Because if they don't know, if you as the business owner don't know this, and then the rest of the team don't know it, then you're just sort of like space debris, just floating out in space, just hoping that you're going to get to your destination, right? So that's this one here. I'm running out of room on the whiteboard here. Once you do this, and then you're in motion, just say you're in the first, you're going and you're putting through your numbers, and you're putting through your marketing, and you're doing your sales. Step 4 is review. You got to have a look at your numbers and then go, okay, how did we go? Did we hit our sales targets? Did we hit our marketing targets? Do we still have our lifetime value happening there? Like, all those numbers, you got to review. And then part 5 is course correct. So it's like a little story that I want to tell you about, actually. But before I do, head on over to iwantgymleads.com. If you've listened to all this and it's just like, whoa, this is great, but there's a lot of stuff going on and I need some help with it, iwantgymleads.com. There's a short little video there. You can get yourself a free marketing plan from myself, where we'll go through absolutely everything, where we can help structure this stuff out for your individual business completely free. So go on over there, iwantgymleads.com, and you can see the little letter that I wrote, the little video I did for you over there. The story behind this, so all of this, like, think of it as like, as a spaceship trying to go for the moon. I know, I don't know where I heard this, but it makes sense, right? When they go to the moon, 99% of the time, like, they know that's the target. They're aiming, boom, there's the moon, but they're going like this, side to side. 99% of the time, they're off course. Only by like a degree, only by like a millimeter, but they're off course. But then they keep reviewing, and then they keep course correcting, so they end up sort of slightly, like almost in a straight line, zigzagging. Because with this is, in a perfect world, you hit those 3 every week and blah 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 blah. But reality happens, right? So you don't want to let a whole week, a whole month, a whole quarter go by without doing all this stuff. So minimum, you got to do it weekly. daily is even better, because then you can course correct and you can keep your finger on the pulse of your business. This is how, when clients come to me and they're struggling, this is what I tell them. First of all, we need to get clear on your numbers. We need to be able to figure out exactly where you're at and where you want to get to. And then we figure out all the data in the middle, and then we go. Then we launch the rocket ship. We're trying to go out into outer space. We're trying to hit the moon. We're trying to aim for there, and then we keep course correcting until they actually hit the target that they want to get to. So this is me. This is Jimmy. Peace. I hope you've loved all that. So just remember, I'm just going to recap that one for you there. Got to have a target. Got to know your data, and you've got to be able to course correct and check and review. So you've got to be able to review and then course correct. So you got to have a target. You got to know your data. You've got to break it down into the daily, right? Into the daily and weekly targets. Then you've got to review, and then you've got to course correct. That's your 5 things. And remember, it's just like that rocket ship trying to hit for the moon. 99% of the time they're off course, but they're constantly reviewing and checking and bringing it back on course. That's exactly what you need to do. That's exactly how gym owners are going to dominate in 2020. And remember, before I wrap this up, iwantgymleads.com. That's if you want a custom marketing plan where you can figure out all these numbers for you. iwantgymleads.com. Go on over there. Little video recorded for you, and if you like it, fill in the form. This is Jimmy. Peace. I'll chat to you all soon, legends.